ومريم ابنة عمران التي أحصنت فرجها فنفخنا فيه من روحنا وصدقت بكلمات ربها وكتبه وكانت من القانتين.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. You're welcome to today's edition of The Virtuous Woman. Inshallah, as I promised yesterday, I said we're going to continue with a topic we started with, and that is the Muslim woman and her neighbor. Hajia Sharifa Yusuf Ajibade will continue from here. Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
As we're talking, discussing from the last episode, the Muslim woman and her neighbor, the goodness that we should share with them is the goodness of Islam. From the point of view of the fact that Islam is peace, and the peace that we're talking about is not just great, but peaceful nature, peaceful sharing of things, not fighting them, not quarreling with them. They have rights over you, you have rights over them, and you must make sure that you give them their dues. Even if they don't, the fact is, if you are a Muslim woman, then you realize the importance of dealing with our neighbors in the best way possible. In fact, what we are doing as Muslims, we realize also that as Muslims, we are worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with every action that we do. And so, dealing with our neighbors in the best way possible is also one of the ways of worship. Alhamdulillah, may Allah accept it. And I said the last time that the goodness, the importance, the reward that is inherent in it is such that Prophet told us that he was even going to think that perhaps neighbors will be part of inheritance of his properties when he dies. But alhamdulillah, that it is just Islam. And that anything aside from this, kindness to neighbors is Islam. Rudeness and treating them harshly and being unkind to them is not Islam. And so, if by chance you met with some Muslims who behave in some ways, forgive them. Perhaps it is because they have left the teachings of Islam. And I was going to tell us a situation of some women. Yeah. There were two women during the time of Prophet and they were not even neighbors. But those women were, the first one, a Muslim, the two of them were Muslim women. But one was very dutiful to Allah as per worship. All the compulsory activities, all the voluntary ones. She fast Monday, Thursday, 13, 14, 15 of lunar months. She will observe all the nawafil, tatawum, everything. She and pays the zakat and sadaqah and all those. Everything. She would not miss her salat at the right time. But so there is a deficiency. The deficiency is in the way she treats her neighbor. And they said that our neighbors were not safe from her tongue. Our neighbors were not safe from her tongue. When the news got to Professor Salam, Prophet said they should go to her and give her the stories of hell. For that character does not lead anywhere but into hellfire. Perhaps if you call her attention to the fact that that may lead her into entering Jahannam, she will be cautious. The other Muslim woman was just an average Muslim woman, making sure that she observes her salat even if she doesn't have time for nawafil. She will fast Ramadan even if she doesn't have time to fast Monday, Thursdays, 13, 14, 15 and other voluntary fasts. But our neighbors love her because our neighbors were safe from her tongue. She shared goodness with them. Because when the news got to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he told them, go and give her the stories of Al-Jannah. That such things will lead her nowhere except into Al-Jannah. So she should do more of such. And so she can inherit Al-Jannah. That is what all of us want. That is what we desire. That is what the Muslim woman should be. It is not enough that you are Elijah or that you are Elijah. What is important is that you are demonstrating, you are acting, you are showing the teachings of Islam to everybody that comes close to you. And we must not fail to realize that it's not just two buildings to your right and left that are your neighbors. Prophet told us that your neighbors are those about 40 houses to your right, 40 houses to your left, 40 houses in front of you, and 40 houses behind you. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, we must realize that these people demands from us. We must share with them the goodness of Islam. Love for our neighbors also extend to the importance of sharing what Islam is with them. We demonstrate it to them when it is time for Salah, when it is time for Eid, when it is Ramadan, you share with them. Give them foodstuffs. Give them what you have. Like we said earlier, Prophet said he is not a Muslim who goes to bed with her belly filled when the neighbor goes to bed hungry. There is a saying of Prophet that says, the best of companions in the sight of Allah is the one who is best to his companion. The best of neighbors in the sight of Allah is the one who is best to his neighbor. And such that even when we are no more, the moment a Muslim drops dead, anybody dies, the comments of the people in the neighborhood also accounts for what you have been doing to them. And if you have been a good person to them during your lifetime, they will only be praying for you and praising you and sending prayers to Allah to forgive you and accept you. But if you are the other kind of neighbor who is bad-tempered, who cannot condone them, who cannot tolerate them, every bad thing that gets to her, every insult that gets to her, she wants to reject it immediately, she wants to repel it immediately. No, the Muslim type is such that is patient. And aside from that, when they are happy, when they are having naming ceremonies, join them. When they are sad, and maybe somebody dies for them, go visit them on a condolence. Tell them what Allah has in store for them when they are patient with Allah. Because the person that is bereaved may be very, very sad and be thinking of bad things. Maybe I have made some mistakes. Maybe Allah has forgotten me. No, when you go visiting, you will advise. That advice you are giving her is consoling her. It's consoling him. And it's teaching Islam to them. And before you know it, and that was how Prophet Islam won several people into Islam. Yes. The person who used to defecate on his part in the mosque when the woman was ill, Prophet Islam asked, the woman is ill and that's why she cannot come to soil this place. Prophet Islam took some companions with him. They went to visit her. Because they regarded her as a Muslim, as a neighbor. And Prophet Islam, we have come to pay you a visit. And they prayed for her. When the woman got well, she accepted Islam. She accepted Islam. Just on the fact that Prophet Islam related with her. And several other examples abound in that manner. Then we must also realize that the good deeds we are talking about is not just in paying it back. When they do you bad deeds, you pay them in good. When you do you bad deed, you pay them in good. And you pray towards their own livelihood and everything, and then eventually they will come to like you. It is important that you pray for them. You share your goodies with them. When they are happy, you be happy with them. When they are sad, you also share part of their sorrows. So it is part of our faith. And she is not a Muslim whose tongue our neighbors are not safe from. May Allah help us to be better Muslims, and may we continue to live as Muslims and meet with Allah in good faith, and then may Allah accept us as His servants on the last day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khairan. You're seeing the beauty embedded in Islam. Islam is a religion for all. Islam honors the neighbor. The neighbor is very, very important, as she has mentioned. To the extent the Prophet ﷺ even said, the angel almost said, these neighbors could even become one of your inheritors, which means that we should be very, very cautious in our dealings with them, and all the qualities that my sister has highlighted, we should try and then put them into practice. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this from us as acts of ibadah, forgive us our shortcomings. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Today you become man and wife, fulfilling the sunnah as way of life. Today you'll find serenity. May your life be filled with sincerity. There is no happier day in your life than the virtue of being man and wife. There's joy without any end. Allah's blessing on this day does descend.